Guys, before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know that I'm giving away 2 free hair commissions in my Discord server. So if you guys want a chance to win your own hair ID, be sure to go enter. It's going to be ending in a few days at the time of this upload. So if you want a chance, feel free to join. But with that, onto the video. Alright, what's good? It's Worm. In today's video, I want to make it a bit quick. As you guys all know, I made a macro to AFK farm echoes a few days ago, and let's just say the devs were really quick to respond. Only a few hours after I uploaded the video, they added a requirement to get Oathless. You now need 10 minutes of playtime on the slot to be able to get it. Luckily for you guys, I care about you. I really do. So, to counter this, I have decided to make 3 new versions of the macro to address 3 big problems. The first of which being the title requirement, the second of which being the race requirement, and the third of which being the speed that you get echoes at. So with that, let's get on to the new macros. Now, the first new version of the macro is actually pretty simple. Instead of spawning in and walking straight over to Oathless, wasting your time and waiting 10 minutes there, I actually made it so you can actually stay safe while running this. Instead of walking over to Oathless, you will walk over here and go into the Ceramide Hall, in which you'll wait there for around 8 minutes. Once you wait there for 8 minutes, you'll go out of the Ceramide Hall and then walk over to Oathless, in which, once you walk over there, it would have been 10 minutes, so you could get Oathless and continue the macro as it would normally run. Now, this method is a lot slower than it used to be, but the main point of this method is that it's fully AFK and you don't need to do any prep beforehand. Now, there is the second big issue, being races. And this will get us onto the second version of the macro, which actually allows you to use any race you want to be able to do this. This version of macro isn't really all that much different, except for the fact that you can use any race you want on this version. Now, what this version does is when you get to this little ramp over here, instead of jumping up, you instead spawn your guild base here. And once you spawn in your guild base, you're able to actually climb up with any race you want. Normally, you can't make this jump without Feelnor, but now that we have a guild base, we can make all the jumps pretty easily. Just make sure that you still have all your points into agility so you can make the jumps after that, but besides that, it's pretty simple. The only thing you will need to do is you'll need to change the name that it types in the macro so you don't have to worry about wiping. But besides that, now that that version is also in my Discord, we can get onto the last version, which is much faster than these last 2. Now, this last version actually uses a mechanic I mentioned in my last video, being enchant stones. This method is extremely fast, but you do have to have a bunch of enchant stones in your bank for this to work. So what this version of the macro does is instead of walking all the way over to Oathless, it instead doesn't wait for the Ceramide Hall. It actually comes straight over to here, goes into the bank, gets an enchant stone, and puts it on a new weapon that you also have in your bank. By doing this, you will get double the echoes per run while doing this. So it's pretty simple and it's pretty easy to do, you just have to prepare ahead of time. Just to re-clarify, all you will need in your bank for this is a sword and some enchant stones that work. I will say this as some of the enchant stones don't work because they don't have the word enchant on them, which is what the macro looks for. Essentially how these macros work is they actually look for little images on your screen. So say I took a little picture of my glasses right here, it would look for that exact picture of the glasses. Now, if some enchants don't have the word enchant on them, it won't be able to use them. So make sure your pictures are working and the macro will work perfectly. That being said, a lot of macros do actually have this issue, as for some reason, some people's computers are different than others, and this color of the grass here may not be the same color as the grass on your computer. So if need be, you could go and replace the pictures with your own pictures just to make sure everything's working perfectly. But besides that, every version of the macro I made will be in my Discord, so if you want them, go ahead and go grab them. When talking about this method though, I was thinking about making an even faster version of this at the Chariot Spire, but unfortunately I did not have enough time. So if somebody is actually smart enough to be able to go do that, I would be extremely happy to see that happen. If you did end up making a version like that, I would be happy to put it in my Discord and credit you as well. I would love to see that happen. It might eventually become a thing, but it might not, who knows. Either way, at the end of the day, I just want to make you all happy and all of you to be able to farm in peace. But with that, I hope you guys enter that giveaway I talked about, and I hope you all win. Well, one of you will win. But I hope you all have a great day.